Hello everyone, this is your favorite Uncle Bob back in another video, and today we're going to be looking at the Transformers RID 01 Optimus Prime. So before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below which style video or what else you'd like to see in a video. So onto the figure himself. Here we have Prime in his very nice fire truck mode, definitely invokes the character. And don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure this one is based off a Japanese fire truck because I've never seen an American one look like this. So let's take a quick look at all that detail. So focus, thank you. Get the nice big transparent windows where you can see the robot mode feet, but you know, he's a fire truck. We don't talk about that. But you get some orange for his lights right down here with the silver. Looks good. You do get some nice, get out of the way, nice molded details right in, like texture detail with this silver. This is unpainted gray, unfortunately, but still looks fine. You get that same kind of texture detail right down here and right here on that super mode crotch plates, spoiler warning, sorry, with a Mercedes logo, which I don't think you'll be able to see. Yep, there you go, Mercedes logo. So, interesting. Get the nice giant Autobot symbol, and his tires are not tires. His rims are picked out in chrome silver. Looks very nice. You get some nice silver right here. You get a nice seat to control the ladder. Some more of that texture detail. Going down this back, you get some silver with his lights picked out, and some right there as well. And you get a mini ladder to get up to the big ladder. How ironic. Now, he does technically have lights and sounds. I did remove the battery since he's been on display mostly. But if you just push the button right here, he would just make, you know, wee-woo siren noises along with lights. So, not too shabby. Now, for his action features, other than just rolling very nicely butter smooth, he does have, if you push this button right on top, has 2 water hoses, which is nice. And you can extend the ladder to just about double its length. And if you push this button right back here, you get 4 firing missiles. Thankfully not part of a Christmas song. So why don't you make a Christmas song like that for Transformers? That would be funny, I gotta admit. But anyways, on to the figure. I do believe on the Japanese release, these would automatically fire because they would have the trigger mechanism right on top. Thankfully, for the American version, they flipped it. Because I don't feel like trying to hunt down 4 missiles around this recording area. This table is not perfectly squared. But to flip them back, you do have to start from the back and just push them in, and there is that. And the ladder can do a full 360 on a ratchet joint. Can move up and down as well. And this bucket piece can move up and down as well. Now, you can see one of my main complaints is, and this could be just my copy or, you know, whatever have you, it does not like to stay together no matter how much I push. And I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I mean, granted, you know, these toys were very, very complicated. So, you know, I might have done something wrong. Sarcasm. So, there, yeah. But as far as accessories, other than, you know, like this whole back half, he does come with a nicely detailed gun. Kind of small for a Prime, in my opinion, but it does look nice. And it can store, so you got this tab right here. Or you can actually even store using the handle and turn this around. You got a port right there, so if you did want to, you could store it like right here. But where it is supposed to store is using that tab. And bringing this up, please rest on the light. Oop, nope, we're gonna bump the camera. Sorry, earthquake. Okay, got ports right in there. So, and then you will just take this, flip it around, and slide this in, tab that in, and now he's got a 7th wheel. So there is all of that. Now, for a real quick size comparison, here we have G1 Prime and RID-01 Prowl. So they look, you know, these two look very nice together, in my opinion. Definitely as close to scale as we're going to get. So now, here we have, let me get him off camera here, his brother, Ultra Magnus with blue bolts, as we so know from the HasLab. And they look good together, definitely. I'm glad that these guys are getting updates. I am very excited for mine to come in. You people over in New Zealand are very lucky. So, don't mind me. Not jealous at all. So, but I think that is about it for the vehicle mode. So let's get down to that robot mode. So what you want to do is split it right where it wants to split anyways, and just pull this forward and you're good to go. So set that piece off to the side. And what's cool is even if you have the trailer off, the gun does have this wheel, so he can just, roll around and do some nice donuts and all that fun stuff. Oh, and he does have Japanese characters right here in Cybertron. Only on the one side though. But anyways, transformation. So what you want to do is fold down the sirens, then also go ahead and remove the gun and set that off to the side. Then take this whole front section right here and untap it while also bringing these forward. Bring these forward, flip those in, then bring all this down. Bring it down at this hinge, and the legs. So bring that down, straighten that out, make sure his spine is straight, straighten that out. Straighten out the leg, it's going to be this hinge, and the knees. So go ahead and split them, rotate them forward so the wheels are facing you. Then come back here, flip up the panel, rotate down his tiny feet, flip that back in, do the same thing for this side. So there is all of that. Next, you want to take the arms and unpeg them, swing them forward, unpeg, unpeg, I said unpeg, thank you, and bring them forward. Then you can flare out the lights again if you so choose. Next, collapse the whole entire body. There we go. I do wish that this piece had a tabbing because it is, I don't know why it's on a hinge. It serves literally no purpose other than, siren blast that he did use. But yeah, it's a little bit annoying. But okay. So, raise up the camera, come to the arms, pull them down, and rotate at the elbow. Make sure they are fully out. So do the same thing for this side. These up a little bit more. Pull down, rotate, and there you go. There you have RID-01, Optimus Prime, who does not want to stand. So yeah, it looks very nice. It definitely looks like he jumped off screen. So I'm doing a full 360. Again, this backpack is a little bit annoying. I do wish it served a better purpose. Maybe like holding stuff in together. I know Punchy Labs, before Shapeways went down, he did do an upgrade kit for this guy for his super modes, and it made the torso a little bit sturdier. I didn't pick it up because I didn't think I needed it. But I am kind of tempted now. Oh well. But let's take a quick look at that face sculpt. So focus, thank you. Get the nice silver for his crest right there and for his face. Orange for the eyes. Looks nice. Nice. This blue is, I wish it was a little bit a different shade of blue. Maybe more of like this blue, but oh well. He gets a nice chromed out chest plate. I know that the Encore release did this in solid plastic, but that thing was riddled with QC issues. So, yeah, I can't recommend anyone picking that up unless you're just willing to take a chance. I know one of it was like wrong electronics, which, but anyways. So, for articulation, the head is on a ball joint, so you can look down, can kind of look up, can do a full 360. His ears can move as well. The arms can do a full 360. They can move out at this joint, but it's a little bit awkward because if you don't, if you leave the arm straight, that as far out as you can get. If you bend it ever so slightly, he can get the full outward movement. So, nope. Come on. He does have backwards butterfly joints, and if you pull out the arms, he does have forward butterfly as well. So, you get bicep rotation, you get 90 degrees of elbow bend. Now, the wrists are on ball joints, but they're kind of useless because of all this kibble around him. So take that as you will. Now, you do get a waist rotation. Legs can kick forward that far. Back, if you get this back out of the way, can kick back that far. Yeah, get this out of the way. Yeah. Can go out that far, unfortunately, because they didn't take this into consideration, or at least make this a separate piece. You get a below the knee rotation with 90 degrees of movement, along with one click forward for, I guess, super mode. And the feet are on ball joints, so they can move up, can move down. You get ankle tilted along with rotation. Now, at least fair warning, the ankles don't like holding up very well in base mode. So he can hold his accessory just fine. So just plug that into his hand, and now he's ready to get laughed at, because honestly, for a Prime, that is kind of a pathetic weapon, in my opinion. Like, whatever happened to the ion blasters that he had? But, oh well, it serves its purpose. I mean, it's not like he doesn't have a whole other arsenal of weaponry. So, but anyways, please stand, Prime. Thank you. For a real quick size comparison, here we have him with his prowl. So get him kind of standing. So there is that. And here we have G1 Prime. So you can see he's a pretty decent sized. So there is that. Now, bringing in his trailer, please don't follow me. What can you do with all this? Well, you can do a couple of different things. You can start by basically breaking it down completely. So start removing pieces from it. Come on. Release. Okay. So start untabbing things and getting stuff undone. Split the feet. Get this out like that. And come on. Now this holds in very tightly, and it's very scary, honestly. Kind of wish they didn't make it so tight. There we go. So get this undone as well. There we go. All right. So one of the things you can do is set this off to the side and set these pieces off to the side. Is you can take the wheel sections, flip out the foot about halfway, flip this in, do the same thing for this side, and rotate it. And now, hey, look, missile pods. So you can plug these onto his shoulders via that peg, or that port going onto that peg. So plug this on, and now he's got smelly shoe missiles. Hey, that should be the name of it, honestly. So there is that. And one other thing you can do is plug on his super mode fist. Gotta find the right one. So you want to make sure this blue is going to be facing you. So plug this on via those two ports. Get this flipped out and flip it around. Come on, flip it around. Oh, nope, we do not collapse the arm up. Come on, plug that in, rotate the fist, and now he can give you a super slap with smelly shoe missiles. So that's one thing you can do. Or what you can, another one you can do is remove all this, remove this, set that off to the side, is you can make a face mode. So I'm going to bring all this back in. Here's arm down, set him off to the side, lower this back down. All right, so just straighten out the foot, combine these back together, straighten it out. Take this section right here, plug it back together, plug that in, and raise this up all the way. And you also want to flip down this piece, kind of flare these out. Next, you want to come to the hands and just straighten them out, making sure that this peg right here is facing, it's the closest to you. So rotate the guns, rotate the hand, flip out the thumb, and then you can just angle this however you'd like. Then finding the correct shoulder pad, you want the Autobot symbol facing you. You got that port going into that peg, plug it together, and then you got this peg going into that port right there. So get this lined up and plug it together. Come on. There we go. Now, the one thing I do not like is it's not like perfectly leveled, but oh well. I mean, it's 2000s toy, and honestly, like, how many of us actually display them in the base mode where it takes up a lot of space? I mean, that's just me. You know, I know that there are people out there who do this, but this, yeah, plug that in, and then you can flip this down, and there you go. There you have his base mode ready to go. And in my opinion, I do think Armada did it better. So, and granted, I do understand that this was their second attempt, technically, for super mode parts to turn into a base, because we also had Power Master Prime. But yeah, this is just okay. But let's get him back into super mode. So set him right back there, assuming he will stand. And let's just break this back down. So get this broken down. That stays there. We're going to get these on the same sides. Actually, no, we're flipping the shoulder pads. Okay. Push that back. Open this up. All right. So for the feet, go ahead and split them. Open up this section. And then you want to come into this piece, which can get stuck. But bring that out, and you're good to go. So open this section up, take this, flip this piece out. Come on, there we go. Flip it out, and there is his shoes. So we want to take our Prime, unpeg his gun, set it off to the side for right now. We want to take the sirens, flip them down, and for now you're good to go. So you got this peg right, focus, right here, going into that port right there, which is kind of a pinhole cover, but whatever. And just plug that in. Then you got that port with that peg, plug that in, and there is that. So do the same thing for this other side. And it's more of a feel around and hope you get it type thing. So get this plugged in. There we go. And push that in, and now he's got super booties. So what you want to do now is pull up on the torso and pull out his arms. Then you want to come to the hands. Make sure, again, that blue is facing you. So rotate this all. Plug it into those two ports. Flip this around. Plug that in. Plug that in. Do the same thing for this side. So come on. Thumb. Thank you. Rotate that down. Flip that there. Put this on. Flip this up. Flip that up. And flip that up. There you have some super mode arms. So you want to come to this section right here. Now, you can do a couple things with this. You can rotate it like this and flip this around, and that would be the animation accurate way to do it. But they also provide you a joint right here, so that way you can flip it in like this. That way it's a little bit more out of the way, and that's what I kind of prefer to do. Now, just pull up the cannons on his head, and what you're going to be doing is taking this port, and plugging it onto peg, peg, peg. So, and then you also got these clips right here that will plug onto his chest, which is also kind of scary to get off, in my opinion, at least. Could be just my copy's a little tighter than the average copy, but yeah, I'm glad that the new one is not chromed, at least that much. There we go. Then just plug that in, and you will feel the torso kind of sink down, and that is perfectly fine because, and make sure to flip this up all the way to the bucket. That's because the base robot mode head is going to be resting just underneath this. So you want to come into these and make sure that this section's facing you. You got these two focus, peg and peg, that will be going into these ports on his shoulders. So do this, plug this in. There we go. And then you can just push the shoulder back in. Do the same thing for this side. So plug this in. Come on. There we go. Push the shoulder in. And you kind of might want to play with this just a little bit. There we go. Something like that, so that way it's not completely in the way of the arm. And there we go. There we have Super Mode Optimus Prime all, powered up. And yeah, he does gain a pretty massive backpack, but let's be honest, the ladders have to go somewhere. Not everyone is Defensor with a ladder, conveniently hidden for the most part. Or Combiner Wars in a sense. But yeah. Well, let's take a quick look at that face sculpt. So, get some nice silver throughout with some chromed ears. Orange for the eyes. Looks very nice. And if we go down to his satchel, which I do really like this detail. But if you lift it up on this chrome Autobot symbol, you get a targeting reticle and his Matrix of Leadership, which is kind of underwhelming, but oh well. So there is that. Now you do lose, but you also gain some articulation in that sense of you do lose down and up in the head, but you still get the full 360. This arm can still do the full 360. You do get a little bit less butterfly joints, as this one's not pushed in all the way. Backwards still works fine. You still get the bicep rotation, get the elbow bends. Now this time you actually do get plenty of wrist swivel with a thumb that moves out, so that way you can move the hand in. You keep the waist rotation. Legs can still kick forward and back and out. Knees still work. The articulation you lose really down here is the rotation at the ankle. You do get plenty of downward movement. So yeah, take that as you will of how much. I think it's a fair trade-off. Now for the gun, you can just plug it in right up here. Plug that in. And for just storage if you want to have it on there. So there's that. Now, size comparison. G1 Prime and RID-01 Prowl. So yeah, overall he gets pretty big. So my camera is dying, so let's wrap this up. Overall, I really do like this Prime. I am so happy he's in my collection. Has been for a hot minute now. I'm definitely excited to get the HasLab version because this one does have problems considering it is just over 20 years old. But I don't think they could have done much. I'm glad the designer who worked on this worked on the HasLab as well. So yeah, definitely worth an update. Now mine is yellowing on half his forearm, his thighs, and I think that's about it. But that's, again, he is over 20 years old. He's a vintage toy. So, but I think that is about it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and stay tuned for more video reviews.